What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not another damn podcast.
Another damn podcast.
Presented by
our damn skills.
226.
Yes.
Right, kid.
Wow.
How you been, kid? Yeah, it's officially fall up in this bitch. Yeah.
And the weather is
you see I'm rocking
doing it up and down.
Fall, see, even though it was kind of warm earlier, but yeah, I'm rocking.
But it's doing it up and down. Like
ready?
I did put on heat in my car. Baby. I put on heat in my car the other day. I'm not going to even lie because it was cold. I was like, it's cold. Like I'm going to put my heat on. Like no judgment. Mm-hmm. In Chicago, if it's 58 degrees, like then I wake up in the morning, it'd be 58 degrees, 56 degrees. That's cold. Mm-hmm. Put your heat on. If you don't want to put your heat on, get a blanket.
Overnight, so I had some 40s already. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cold.
48, 49. I didn't have some 40s already. Yeah.
What I've explained to my children is this layer weather. That's what I have to explain to them because they're just not getting it. I'm like, okay. Right now when we go for school in the morning, it's going to only be 59 degrees. When you get out of school, it's going to be 78 degrees. So you just have to dress accordingly. You're not going to put on a winter coat right now because when you're 78 degrees, you're going to be walking around with a winter coat on looking like, no, you have to just layer up. So put your layers on. If you get hot, take it off. You get cold, put it back on. So, but fall is a time of change. Like, when the seasons happen, it just gives fall. Like a feeling of just, it gives like a feeling of, okay, now it's like a new beginning is going to happen. It's some change that's on the horizon. And that's how I feel.
So I like rocking hoodies. Yeah. I'm a little, not as small as I used to be up in here. Hide the gut. Yeah. The hoodie is the perfect way. Yeah. So that's why I like fall weather. Yeah. I don't really like summer fashion because you got rolls be all hanging out and all that. So it's hard to hide the rolls like in summer. Yeah.
Not rolls.
Fall, that hoodie on is like, I'm good to go. Yeah. So that's why I like fall because
am I going to get into hoodies? I might rock hoodies this season too. I might do it. Who knows?
Definitely like a hoodie because covered all that up. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be incognito, and then like you said, when you put the hood on, you got your mask on. I wear my glasses now. It's like incognito. Like you don't know who I am.
Got my mask. Not gonna go on here now, but I could be OMG man and shit. Really, like a superhero and
shit. Incognito man.
Do it. OMG, man. Let's do it. Fuck it, since we talked about it. See? Who the fuck is gonna know who I am and shit walking down?
You put some sunglasses on, you really be. Mm-hmm. So like people do, hey, so you're like, damn, I'm just trying to get in the story again.
Why you realize that like Batman and stuff was some bullshit because I recognize people with their masks. So like somebody definitely would have noticed that Batman and Bruce Wayne were the same person. That's why we know comic books are bullshit.
Robin had the worst mask because he just had this.
Robin wore a pair of glasses. Yeah.
He just had this. All this nose, mouth, forehead, everything.
Who's the worst secret identities? Robin or Clark Kent? Like who was the worst?
Wonder Woman was pretty bad too. Wonder Woman was pretty bad too. She was, because when she had all she had was just her little tiara, and then she had, and then the lasso of truth. And how did they know that was Diana? How did they know it was her? Clark Kent was bad too because it's like the Superman, Clark Kent, Superman, Clark Kent. It's like
put on glasses, literally. Yeah.
Like what is that? Like. I think that's Clark Kent may have had the worst because like those people were just dumb. Like they really.
What kind of idiot?
Metropolis was dumb. Yeah, they were dumb. I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe he had the Men in Black razor the thing and erase their memory.
Yeah, maybe he had super. So he did have X-ray vision. Maybe the rays like he could wipe your memory. That's all they had to do. Like in the Superman comics, like. Make that one of his superpowers, so you erase your memory, then you solve their problem. So that's all they had to do and shit.
Like, so every time you see him, it's like, hey, it's just Clark. It's like a whole new day. It's like not like you don't even know what just happened the day before.
We just wrote the next Superman movie. So That's better.
Renaissance money.
Better than the Snyder cut of Justice League. I'm just saying.
I didn't even see that. I didn't even watch it. Was it like 4 hours long too, or something like that? Something
I still haven't gotten through it. I'm like, I'm not watching.
Was it like really long?
I gave up on the Snyder cut.
Like, I'm not saying 4 hours to watch that. I'm dying.
Watch the fucking Snyder cut of Justice League. Well, let's get into some news right now. First of all, let's kick it off with a rest in peace. Sad story right here. Anthony A.J. Johnson.
Yeah.
Ezell from Friday. Y'all know who that
my
is.
My neck, and my back.
Ezell. Y'all know.
I'm suing for $250,000. Like when he was Little Man in
the Players Club.
The Players Club.
Yeah.
And the Two Little Crew. The hair in your chest like talk. When he said the hair in your chest like talk on me, I lost it when he said that in the show.
He also
I was crying.
House Party, yeah. Follow the drip. Yeah,
follow the drip.
Roasting his Jerry.
He was maybe he wasn't uncredited, but he didn't have any lines or whatever because he was just a Jerry Curl.
He's in the credits. He just didn't have any lines.
Yeah, he was a Jerry Curl man that Robin Harris.
Follow the drip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought him back. House Party 3. He was one of the hood caterers, like the prison caterers, basically. I still don't know their story. Were they actual convicts or was that just a gimmick? Yeah, that's because that wasn't just based on the uniforms. Was just based on there. Were they actual? Right. I still don't get the hood caterers. Were they actual convicts or not? Yeah, I don't know.
He was in I Got the Hookup. He was in How to Be a Player because he was
blue and I got
he's a virgin and How to Be a Player.
With Bill, he was with Mike Jones and said, "What's who I call ladder? I call it shout out to homie Mike Jones and said, yeah, look at Mike Jones and then watch How to Be a Player and shit. Tell me that, tell me who's who and shit. Yeah, that's all. With a picture, I might tag Mike Jones in this fucking episode. Shout out to homie Mike Jones.
Hilarious. But yeah, though it was just really sad because I couldn't believe I saw that. What was he like, 54 or 55, something like that?
Yeah.
Young guy. I was like, oh my god, like
we losing all of our Friday legends.
All of our people. Like this is people that we grew up watching.
Ezell is like, yeah, that's 3 major characters from Friday that we lost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now they definitely don't need to be doing.
They can't do it. No Pops. No Debo. No Ezell.
Yeah, they were pretty major characters, all of them. So I don't want to see another Friday now. Yeah, just let it.
Yeah, it's just so sad.
Yeah. What even sadder though is like apparently he died dead broke. There's a lesson like you need to have life insurance right here. Like I'm not trying to shit on the dead, but you gotta have life insurance. Yeah. His wife couldn't marry him. So yeah, like she had to start a GoFundMe.
She had to start a GoFundMe. And this is the conversation that we've always had about protecting your assets. Like life insurance is not there for you, it's there to replace you. So if you're the breadwinner of your family, you die, your income goes away. Mm-hmm. Already, if you lose your family member, it's incredibly tragic because I had a coworker who unexpectedly lost her husband. Unexpectedly. Mm-hmm. He was a young guy, he wasn't even 50. Unexpectedly, he passed away and they had 5 children. So it's like, but I mean, I'm sure they had their, stuff because it seems like everything, it seems like she's moving along okay and everything seems to be like, she tries to keep up in good spirits and everything. And so do her girls that they try to stay up in good spirits. But it's like you got to have that protection because, like I said, if your income goes away, now, aside from your family grieving your loss because losing a parent or a breadwinner, losing that is incredibly tragic. Now you got to deal with this financial aspect of things. Because at the end of the day, people want their money. Like, yeah, they could say, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, I feel for you that you lost your husband, this and this and that, but I still need my mortgage. I still need the mortgage payment. Mm-hmm. I still need your car note payment.
Bills I still do. Yeah.
I still need the utility payment.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids' tuition because a lot of kids may go to a private school or maybe in college or whatever. Yeah. I need the tuition.
You definitely have college kids like he's in his 50s. Like you have college kids.
I need your tuition.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the sad thing about it is that while you're grieving, you don't want to have to deal with the financial aspect of it. At least, okay, financially I'm covered. Like I'm still grieving, but at least all the bills are still going to be paid. So even if I have to step away from work and take some time off from work,
term life don't cost that much, man.
It doesn't.
Term life really don't cost that much. Like,
and let's say
it's literally like your Starbucks money or less. It literally
it's like like if you get, like, let's say, like, if you're a healthy 30-year-old person, no major health complications, nothing crazy or whatever in your history, you can get insurance for like $1 a day, something cheap like that. It could be like $1 a day, or maybe like a little
bag of chips, basically. Yeah. Bag of chips.
Like life insurance is not that expensive, and term is like a way to go if you are on a budget. You can do your term.
Term is a cheaper, it's an option. Yeah, so term life don't cost that much. Yeah, but but
it's important to set yourself
to cover your loved ones. Yeah. It's something to cover.
It's just sad though to seeing that. Like, I mean, when we see these stories, that's why we always say the thing about, don't just assume that just because somebody was in this movie or they were in that TV show or this and that, and you see their posts on Instagram or whatever, then you just say, oh, they got a lot of money. It's like, no.
So we know
a lot of people
know the Friday cast got nothing. Like years later, like John Witherspoon said, they got he got like $5,000 for that movie or something.
Oh my gosh.
Because nobody knew Friday was gonna be the hit it was at the time.
Exactly.
I'm sure the sequels they got paid, but like that original Friday probably got like $5,000 to do that movie.
And whatchamacallit
he was a bigger character, so Ezel might have got even less. Like John,
you think about
was higher up in that movie.
You think about who was the director of that. Like, was this his first movie? We know who the director was. F. Gary Gray was the director, so he was unknown at that point. And Ice Cube wrote it. He helped him write it.
Was him and Cube wrote it together. Dave Cube was the bike man. This the kid.
That's my bike. That's my chain. He gets his chain back. My grandmama gave me that chain.
He and Ice Cube co-wrote that movie.
Yeah, but F. Gary Gray directed
was all of their first movie. Cube. That's probably
right. So you think about this is
first writing, Pooh's first writing, all like they first.
This is his first movie. Now F. Gary Gray, like, he did like a Fast and the Furious, so
yeah,
we know what he's getting as a studio budget, because as director, it's like, if you ain't there yet, you're probably gonna be financing out of your pocket. And if you do get it from a studio, you're gonna get a tiny. You're gonna get this as your budget. So, it's gonna be that you're gonna get a tiny budget.
So ladies and gentlemen, that's the real reason why Chris Tucker didn't come back for the sequel. He's like, $5,000, man. Fuck this movie. Like, I was like,
pretty good, Chris Tucker.
That's why it was money. Yeah. That's the
star started to rise. Chris Tucker started to rise.
By the time the sequels was like Rush Hour was out there, and you get 20.
He had just did Money Talks around that time. He had just did Money Talks,
and then once Rush Hour was like 98.
Came out 98, Rush Hour, and then once Rush Hour came out,
and Friday
he just ascended.
Friday was like 99 or 2000. I forget what year. It's like something like 99 or 2000. By the end, it's like, you're not getting Chris Tucker, especially you paid him $5,000 for the first movie. He's like, fuck this.
Like, wasn't he making like $20 million a picture at one point?
Like
something like that. Yeah, he was making serious bread. He was making serious bread.
During that Rush Hour era, Chris Tucker was a big deal during that time.
Yeah, but it's just unfortunate when you see these stories about celebrities.
Getting back to talking about his wife. Some people went in on her. She's a grieving widow. Like, I didn't go too hard on her, but I get why some people didn't like what she said, because when she put up the GoFundMe, Lexis Jones Mason, that's her name. Yeah. Originally, it was almost no donations. Like almost a week later, or like not even maybe 4 days later.
I think it was like $1,000 for $35,000.
$800. It was like $800.
Something. It was like something minuscule. Yeah.
She called. And she said the fans were like showing fake love and all of that. And that's why people.
Yeah. And my thing is,
I didn't go too hard. I'm like, she's grieving, and she's mad.
She is grieving,
and we still. I loved them in Friday. Is like when she was like, "Well, show your love with your wallet.
Show me the money." Basically, that's what she said. If you love him, show me the money.
But people on the flip side were like, "Yeah, like use I'm pretty sure he made a decent amount of money in his career.
Right. It's like people were like, it's not our responsibility.
More than me, so why should I have to get that? Especially people out here struggling on their own. It's
right.
Like,
if you're making,
why should I have to like give?
Say if you're lucky to make $50,000 a year, like I said, because that's like this average income now in America, 50,000. So if you're only making $50,000 a year, he made millions over his stuff because he was in movies. I'm sure he did comedy tours. I'm sure he did, things like that. He was on TV shows. He made appearances on TV shows. So I'm sure that, he should have had a network like in the millions, I'm sure. But if you make only 50,000 a year, it's like, and I'm supposed to give up my 50,000 a year. It's like,
But even though the average person kind of said, fuck, miss me with that bullshit, is like, Black Hollywood stood up. So I gotta applaud.
Yeah,
Black Hollywood, starting with the homie, Chicago's own Lil Rel. Like, yeah, he like made a huge donation. Yeah, he's Lil Rel. He hooked up. Yeah, some of the people that hooked up because it was
Michael Blackson. Didn't he do it too?
Blackson made a nice donation. Offset made a nice donation. It's like, yeah, they make he's like 10, 15, like big donations like that, like 10
big donations. Yeah, those are substantial. Yeah, like those are substantial donations.
Her goal is money. Like she's way past that. She's like over 50. Like so, the goal she had
because her goal was just to say, and this is another thing that you don't want to do. I said, just say, FYI, when you get life insurance, just don't get life insurance, like I said, to bury you. That's not enough. That's not going to be enough for your family because you're going to miss your family's and you're going to miss that income. Get something that can make you okay.
Sure his wife has never had a job because he's been famous for a while now. Yeah, like 20.
Yeah, for like 25 years. Yeah, 25, 30 years. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she's never. So like she said that she even in her defense, she did say that like if I don't raise the money, I will go out and work. Yeah, she was willing to get a job.
Yeah,
if I don't get the 20,000 on here, like yeah.
And the option that she said that she would cremate him if she didn't have enough to bury him.
Work is like what else? She's like
yeah. That because cremate is a less expensive option. It is like it is for people who can't afford because funerals are. Funerals are over $10,000. Funerals are expensive.
Cost money. Graves cost money. It's like heads. All that costs money.
All that costs money.
Very expensive and shit.
All like that you're gonna be spending like probably
really like
15,000 for a funeral probably.
The most you need is an urn, and you might not even need an urn if you cremate. If you scatter the ashes, then you don't even need an urn. Like the ashes are scattered. So like cremation.
And then you could do like a memorial service, like a small memorial service, and. We're in COVID anyway still, so I mean we really shouldn't be having large gatherings anyway. So yeah. But I mean it's a mixed bag with that because it's like I said, that's why I'm like, don't go in on like she did lose her husband. Like they were together 20 years, 30, however long they were together. Yeah. And then like I said, and we still at this point, we still don't know the cause of death by him. We still don't know his cause of death. Yeah. Like it's different if your mate has like cancer or diabetes or like some kind of underlying condition where it's like you're steadily fighting and then you kind of like you still are sad when they pass away, but it's like they've been fighting this disease for like 5-6 years, so they finally just succumbed to it. Like I'm sad, but they succumbed to it. But if somebody just like heart attack, that's such a like something like that because it's like they're just gone like with no warning. It's like that's like you wake up and your mate is just gone. Like it's no preparation for that. It's just not.
We experienced that with our father. We had a little leeway, but it really was like less than a month, like he was gone.
Yeah, it was it was very fast. It was like it was unexpected. It was shocking. It was. So it's like when your life changes like that drastically, that fast, then it's like you have to be sensitive to what people are going through. And everybody doesn't grieve the same way. Now, in her defense, like I said, maybe just her wording wasn't the right wording.
Yeah, like
she was grieving. But she's grieving.
She was grieving. She didn't have
grieving,
to say
though.
Fans like were fake. Like I don't
saying that you're fake, but my thing is, like you said, we're in a pandemic. What if you lost your job and you just got a job now? And let's say like the job that you had before the pandemic, you was making $28 an hour. Now you got to take a job making $19 an hour. That's a big difference. And then let's say, your lifestyle was like high when you were living $29 an hour. Now you got like your money ain't matching up, but because you don't want to be unemployed, you're just going to take what is available to you.
Like we saw that a few
years ago. And you're struggling yourself.
Jeffrey Owens of The Cosby Show, we saw that he had to take a job after that Bill Cosby mess happened and fucked up his residual money. which a lot of people don't know. Like when you on a TV show, you get checks for years after that. Is like say called residual checks. Yeah. And especially if you're a cast regular, which he was from like season to the end, is like at least season 4 he became a regular cast member. Yeah, when they got married and so when you're in the credits, you're gonna that's when you're gonna get
in the opening. You saw him because he was in the first opening, but he was doing the Bobby McFerrin one. He was in that opening. Yeah,
season 4 when he became a regular cast. He's not recurring. You're regular now. And by then,
regular.
you getting you get a piece of that money. Like every time that episode airs, you get a piece of that. Yeah. So like when they pulled the Cosby off the air, guess what? Jeffrey wasn't get. I'm pretty sure what his only income source was that. Yeah. He's pretty good. You make a pretty good living like with that. Yeah. With those.
You pretty much. You can work when you want to. You can live how you want to. Like if you're getting residuals,
especially for a hit show like that, yeah.
Or another thing people live off of sometimes, like in the stock, people live off of dividends. Like if you're getting passive income coming into you without actually working, and you're getting passive income of $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, that's enough to live off of. If you live and use your money smartly, you can live off of $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. You can if you live smart.
I'm sure Jeffrey was getting 6 figures from those residuals. Like
if you live smartly, you can live off of that money.
And the show aired a lot. They aired it a lot on telly. It was like it'd be come on multiple times a day. So like when all that went away, like he had to go get a job at Trader Joe's. And
so now you can do what you want to do. You can go and be like, hey, yeah, I'll do I'll sit on this board over here. I'll do some charity work over here. I'll be an ambassador. You can do what you want. I'll write this book. You can do what you want to do. You don't have to worry about going out punching the clock and be like, Dad, I don't want my life to get cut off. You don't have to worry about that. So you can work how you want to work. You're semi-retired.
So
you're semi-retired at this point.
When it went away, though, that was that.
Now you got to figure out how to make the, like I said, that gap between the money. You got to figure it out. And, but like I said, the wording of hers was not the best, but she's grieving and people should have gave her a break. Don't go in on her. Don't lash out at her.
And I'm glad Black Hollywood stepped up.
And I'm glad that.
I saw Real. I'm like, yeah.
Because her calling out the fans, it's like, that's like, okay, I understand. Like, if you want to call out his
even like, let's say, like Ice Cube, like, Ice Cube got it. Like,
Ice Cube got money.
Yeah, so you say like, yeah, like, why can't you or Chris Tucker like call out some of those guys, like,
castmates or peers or people like, let's say I'm not sure if they were good friends or not, but let's say that him and Kevin Hart were friends, like they were peers. It's like Kevin Hart got a lot of money. And people like that, like you need to, okay, like this is your homie and we were over at your house last Christmas. Well, not last, because it was like COVID fucked us all up. But you know what I mean? We were at your house on Christmas and this and that. And then, you my kids' godparents and this. Okay. Like, okay, calling them out, yes, but calling out fans.
I'm happy Cats did step up and she got the money to proper burial.
A proper homegoing service, yes, for him, because it's just such a sad loss. Just
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Anthony Johnson. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to have me an Anthony Johnson night. I'm gonna have to watch me. Well, after the kids go to bed, I'm gonna have to get me.
Year and House Party 3, all of his movies. Like,
I won't watch. I got the hookup pass. Sorry, I'm not watching. I'm not watching that. But yeah.
Shifting gears, like we getting mixed messages about this story. I don't know if you heard about Kelly Price. Is she missing? Is she not missing? Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I heard that she's not missing anymore. My most recent report I saw.
And she was missing, and then said like, nope, she's not missing. It's like, yeah. I'm trying to find the latest. Like the last story I did say.
Her manager or somebody in her camp. Somebody actually from her camp said that no, she's not missing. Somebody from her
recovering from her hospital stay in Price, so she's not in the hospital anymore. Like, yeah, she's staying out of sight. That's all that is. Like,
yeah, leave her alone.
Like she's recovering from COVID. It's like
battling COVID and from what it sounds like, the fact that
like she don't want anybody to see her and shit. That might be
the fact that she's hospitalized. The fact that she was hospitalized means she had a pretty serious. It was a pretty serious case.
Severe case.
That if you got hospitalized, like it's not like it's a walk in the park if you were hospitalized. So You know, like we said, people are assholes. Like I said, what we've seen with that, with these, like, sorry TMZ or whatever, like people like that is like, you want to get the shot, like be looking like I'm battling COVID. Like, come on now. Like, why are you trying to get a shot at me looking unkempt, not looking my best? Like, that's not cool. So that's probably what it is. Like, she's probably just trying to stay out of the spotlight and everything.
Yeah.
But Kelly, glad that she's safe. I had 2 more RIPs I wanted to do too.
Yeah, let's do those before we get into the
unfortunately, one of my favorites of one of my shows that's coming back for a reboot for a limited time.
Sex in the City. I know.
This broke my heart when I saw Willie Garson, aka Stanford Fabulous Blunt. Oh my gosh! When I saw that
story, you're the first person I thought of. I can admit that. You're the first.
Because I loved him on Sexy. Like, Stanford was such, like, he was everybody's gay BFF. Like, he was that. Like, he was their best friend. He was one of the, like, even though it was 4 girls or whatever, he was the honorary 5th member of them. He was like, Stanford was that dude. Like, Stanford, like, he loved Carrie. He told Carrie about what she needed to do, and just really sad when I saw that news, because he had just filmed for the new series that And Just Like That, because that's supposed to be coming out, and he was filming with them because he had returned to that series and everything. So I hope they I wonder if he was able to finish all his scenes, because then if he was, I hope that they do a really nice, like, at the end of the episode, I hope they show, like, for Willie, it's something like, really
like
nice.
They did for Paul Walker at the end of Furious.
I hope they do something like that, because he was just such a great character. He was such a great character. And from what we heard, all his fellow actors and stuff, everybody just loved him. They said he was just such a beautiful spirit, just, a wonderful person. So rest in peace to him. And also,
I wasn't a big Sex in the City watcher, but I do remember the character, because I'm just through osmosis, because like you would have it on, and when we lived together, I'd be like,
Stanford was the best. I love Stanford. He was the best.
Another legend we lost as well too. Yeah.
Yes, the legend.
The legendary Melvin Van
Peebles, the legend. Yeah. Legendary actor, director, writer. 89, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that news, like, my 2 thoughts of Melvin that I think about is when he was on Living Single, when Regine was dating him and Mario, because they appeared together as father and son on the episode, and Regine was dating them unknowingly.
Mario the weatherman or some shit.
He was a weatherman, Cole something. He was a weatherman.
I remember that. I was like, wasn't he the fucking weatherman? He was kind of a goof and shit. I do remember.
He was a goofball. And then when she met, Melvin, okay, he's more debonair. He's suave. He got the swag on fleek and all that. Okay. And then once she realized that they were father and son, she kept on dating both of them, because she's Regine, of course. And then they found out about each other, of course. And then they told her, you got to make a decision. Pick one. And then she picked the dad. Because Cole said, like, because Mario was a goof. He was like, hi, and I'm the weatherman. Like, he was like that. Like, he was like really, really, he was lame. So, like, of course, she picked the dad because he was cool and he was swagged out. So she was like, I pick him. And then he was mad. He was in his feelings because he fit. I mean, that's that. I mean, like, if your girl choose your dad over you.
I took my girl. I'd be pissed off to him. Shit, yeah. Usually, but I get it.
So you do get like women, like when we do get over a certain age, women, we get that age where we can either date you or your father. We get that age where if you're a certain age and you're a woman, you could date either the son or the father. I'm
at the age now where I'm more attracted to the moms than the daughters.
To the mom.
Daughter is 25 and the mom is like 48. I'm like, okay, mom, what's she?
Mama look good.
Yeah. I'm looking at the mama more than the daughter.
like i.e. like on the episode of The Fresh Prince with Pam Grier and Elise Neal, you would have been checking for Pam Grier over Elise Neal. Right now.
It was about like probably around 50 when that aired. So yeah, I definitely.
Right, you would have been checking for Pam Grier.
Definitely.
Both beautiful women, both of them absolutely beautiful women, both of them. But
no, yeah,
you would have been like, okay, mama.
Yeah.
And then also the other episode that Melvin Van Peebles was on with on Girlfriends when he was dating Joan.
Not at all.
Yeah, because she met him when she was running her restaurant.
I remember Mario being a goof. I don't remember Melvin on Girlfriends. I don't remember.
Yeah, and then he was 72, and then he was like banging the mess out of Joe.
Looking back, it probably was around his real age and shit.
He was banging the mess out of her, and she thought that he was on Viagra. Because she was like, how is his sex drive so high? Because she couldn't keep up with him because he was just like just pounding her out. And she was like, how is this? She was like, how? He's like 72. She was like, how? And he just was like getting to her. He was just serving her. So I think about that episode too. And I'm just like, oh.
And
just an incredible loss. Incredible loss.
Another quick one we had touch on as well too before we move into the heavy stuff is another legend we lost, rest in peace, Sarah Dash of LaBelle.
Oh yeah, because Mom called me about that. Mom was like, "Did you see Sarah?" She was the short one because she was the short one on
Patty LaBelle. Known as she was like unfortunately she was the other one. Every group has another one. We lost her, but she was the other. You had Patty LaBelle, you had Nona Hendrix, and the other one. Yeah, she was the other one. Yeah, that's the one.
Mom was like, she was the short one on Lady Marmalade.
That's the one's name I never knew. Yeah, because like she probably had the least successful solo because, of course, Patty became an icon. And then Nona Hendrix was still hanging around in the 80s, like putting music out. And I don't remember Sarah Dash. That's why she was the other one. So, yeah. So we lost her, I think, 74?
76.
76. Okay, I was thinking,
yeah. 76, yeah. So Mom called me on that. Did you see? I was like, I saw it on Facebook, Mom. Like
I called Mom and told her about Elvin Van Peebles. I told her about that. So, yeah. All right. Let's get into the controversy. I'm ready to get controversial. I got some shit. Yeah, like that's why I wanted to get those stories out of the way, like because
that's what plays in the room when you walk. Controversy when you walk in the room. That's the place.
Let's start. Gabby Petito with this story is like, yeah. It was
so sad.
So sad. That who haven't been paying attention for the last week. It's Gabby Petito and her boyfriend. Let's get his name. I like name. I'm sorry. Name and shit. Yeah.
Fucking douchebag.
Let's get his.
I'm sorry. I'm just roasting this because I mean, like,
yeah, do you? Yeah, we gonna get controversy.
Like being a young, like I can't even imagine what her parents are going like through because like at one point I said I was 22 at one point, so I can imagine like if my parents were like looking for me and couldn't, and then I have a young daughter, so it's like that's every parent's worst fear. It's like. You don't want
22 years old, young girl, very young.
You don't want your daughter to end up with some douchebag guy, and then he's it's like, what is this douchebag's name? Like, what's it like? I keep on calling him douchebag. Let's blast him for real.
Let's get the boyfriend's name.
Is his name Brian something?
Hold on, I'm reading the article right now.
So
we don't prepare this shit like
Landry.
Brian Christopher Landry.
Yeah, there you go. I said Brian, so I had it right. Brian
Laundry tonight. God damn it. Yeah. We're gonna call him Laundry, even if that's not the pronunciation. It's Laundrie. Laundry. We're gonna call it Laundry. Even if it's not Laundry.
Like Laundry.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong if I mispronounce the douchebag's name.
Right now. So yeah, Laundry is what we're gonna call it.
Yeah.
So what Gabby, they were like vloggers and like social media influencers, and they were like traveling across the country like in a van. Is like
van life is what their stuff was called on their channel, van life, which is a pretty cool concept.
Yeah,
that's a cool concept.
Locations like they were engaged, like young, like
and they were high school sweethearts because they met in high school and they were high school sweethearts. So it's like they were documenting their journey because, like I said, like the avenue is opened up now. Everybody isn't going to college to be an engineer or to be a doctor or to be a whatever.
Now with like it's all kinds of ways to make money.
It's all type of opportunities. So
when a college getting a good job is like not necessarily
working 40 years. That's a good job. That's not the path for everybody now. So like them doing their channel and stuff and them doing their documenting their journey because it was supposed to be for 4 months that they were going to document.
They were traveling cross country. Yeah, they were from Florida and they were traveling cross country. Yeah, and then here's when the shit got weird. Is It was I don't know. Did you see the body cam that went up? Because they had a domestic incident. Yeah,
I just watched it this morning. It was like about like 50 seconds or something.
I watched. It's long.
I watched one that was 50 seconds of her. Like,
yeah.
I watched a clip of it where she was talking to the officer and she was blaming.
About an hour long. No fucking thing. It's like, yeah.
I didn't see that one. I just saw the clip. I watched the clip of her saying that I have OCD and it was upsetting him. It's me. She was putting all the blame on her. That's the clip I saw with her.
She was suffering from mental illness. Like, what's I say? Mental illness is real.
Mental illness is real.
Definitely was suffering from something.
I think that all of us, I said, especially after the year we had, 2020 was a hot mess. I think all of us need to have some sort of. We need to all release that counselor.
Like, she probably did assault him, and that's what caused all of this. Is like, so that's what the evidence seems like. That's why the cops were called, because somebody witnessed her assaulting him originally and shit. That's what it's saying. The body cam, I watched parts of that. So then they took it up a notch even further. Then Laundrie and shit returns back to Florida without her.
Her.
After this body cam footage, like he returns without her. It's like, it's just like, oh, where's Gabby at? It's like, and then
how you. Because first of all, this trip was supposed to be for 4 months. You return after a month.
Yeah.
Where's my daughter at?
It's like,
where is his child at?
Instead of giving an answer, he lawyers up. And we watch Law. We have seen enough episodes of Law and Order. When you lawyer up, it's like you're
guilty. Yeah. You're hiding something.
At the time, like he wasn't even a suspect per se. He was like a person of interest, because like
he was a person of interest.
When something happens, it's like they're gonna go to the people that know you the most. Yeah. Like you were the last
spouse, the spouse / boyfriend / fiance, whatever.
They just like, like if y'all had
work your way out.
You had a fight and you left her behind. It's like, that could happen. It's like, it's like just what happened.
Right. But why would you leave her in the middle of nowhere? Because you guys were in some place in Utah. First of all, Utah is not developed as is. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on Utah, but I mean, only city I know in Utah is Salt Lake City. That's the only city I know in Utah.
Oh, that because of the fucking Jazz.
For the Jazz. That's the only reason why I know, because of Jazz.
God damn it. Donovan fucking Mitchell. Let's go.
They were in Moab or Moab, whatever. They was somewhere that's a place I never even heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you did leave her, you gonna leave her out in the middle of nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you guys did get in a fight and did break up, you're gonna leave this girl out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, like nobody is that cold. Nobody is that cold-hearted. We just leave.
Iguanas, coyotes, scorpions, all type of shit in that desert. All type of shit in nature. You want to leave her out there by herself?
Mm-hmm.
No, you not. No matter how mad. Like the best I'm gonna do, I say, like if it's just too much, we're gonna drive to a major city, and I'll take you to the train station. I'm gonna put you on a train. I sure am. You're gonna get on this train. If I just can't be in the car with you no more, you're going to get put on this train.
Parts of the 911 transcript now was like, dispatch, okay, Laundrie slapped Petito, and then they ran up the sidewalk. When they got to the car, like she hit him back. It was a big ass mess.
A big ass domestic thing where maybe just the pressures of being in that van maybe just got inside both of their heads. Maybe it got inside both of them, and their tempers flare. If you're in a small confined space and you don't have room, like if you're mad at your significant other,
walk away.
You're in a house. You just go in the other room. Fuck you. I'm over here. You over there. you go in opposite room. Or you can even go, if you're at home, you might go take a walk around the block. You might go for a drive. Go in your car and go for a drive. But if you're in a van and you're mad at your mate, it's nowhere to go.
Basically, he returns from this thing without her and shit. A lawyer's up and shit. And then he disappears the following day after that shit, after he lawyers up and shit. So long story short.
Who is the police? I'm sorry, but I'm like, who handled this case? Like, what? I'm like, when I was reading it and seeing like how it materialized, I'm like, how? And then, like you said, long story short, so remains were found.
They found the body, which was,
and they determined that it was her.
Identified as
Gabby.
I'm trying to think of the name. Yeah.
Yeah, because the remains were found, and they said it looked like her.
In Wyoming,
her description, but they just had to make sure that it was her.
Absolutely, they found it in Wyoming. Yeah. So And this is like after this motherfucker disappeared. It's like, so I have two theories about what happened to Laundrie and shit. I'm gonna call him Laundrie, Brian Laundrie.
Laundrie.
The possible one and the probable, what I probably think happened is like, the first theory is he's on the run, like hiding for the cops and all of that shit. But I have a second theory is like which is what I believe probably happened, because like typically it's hard unless you got a lot of money, it's hard to stay on the run. It's like you would have you're gonna leave a trail. It's on he would have been caught. Mm-hmm. I believe he went off to some woods somewhere and like killed himself. And I think the motherfucker is dead and shit, like too. Like he couldn't handle what he did and shit. So I think
what he did, and he's probably.
I think he's already dead.
There has been people. I
don't expect them to find that dude alive. Like that's what I mean. I think he's.
Yeah, they might not find him till like November. They might not find him, but like, they might find a body
somewhere. Because like you can, because like people say, well, what about a body? You can disappear like in the wood, or especially if you throw yourself in the ocean. It's like
you can disappear, and then find a body. And then later, and especially when these bodies get in the woods, like. Months and even years later, they'll find remains.
Find a skeleton, way after, and then you got a DNA tested and all of that shit.
And then you determine it was them, basically.
So that's what I think. It's possible he's on the run, but like I said, it's not the movies. Like unless you got a lot of money and shit.
Unless you got a lot of money, and let's be real,
you're gonna be fine. They're gonna find you.
And let's be real,
they're gonna find you.
If Brian Laundrie was your friend, he should be telling you ain't coming in my house. Get the hell, you ain't coming in my house.
I'm snitching. Oh, fuck that. But come on in, and then I'm just
going to come in my house.
Turn the nigga in. That's my one.
You ain't coming in my house. But that's movie shit. When they be like, when people are on the run and then they end up in somebody's house and they're like hiding like in a cellar or in an attic, or when people be like that's movie. That's for movie. Like otherwise, like people are not going to put up their house, their stuff, because it's like you're a person. Everybody knows. Everybody's looking for you.
With cousin Cletus on Good Times and shit, when he robbed the bank and shit or something, and he's trying to hide his evidence.
You ain't coming here.
The FBI came looking for him and shit. Then he shows like 5 minutes after the FBI leaves. Cousin Cletus.
Get the hell out of my house. You ain't coming here.
Yeah, like if you're on the run, like especially nowadays with cameras and like it's gonna be
cameras are everywhere.
Probably gonna be found. I think the motherfucker is dead.
Like it's literally cameras everywhere, like Ring cameras.
He couldn't handle the pressure. He didn't want to face the consequences of what he did. So I think he offered.
Exactly.
That's what I think personally.
I think he did.
That's what I think. They probably never gonna find him or not gonna find him alive. That's what I think.
I'm just so sad. Just like. I mean, just the way this whole case was just botched to me. It just was botched. Like, first of all, if it's a domestic disturbance and you see these two young people, both of them should have been taken in. Like, why did you just let them go? Like, well, we're not going to write you go. No charges are filed. We're just going to let y'all go. Why? Why did you let them both go? And then on top of that, when he came back and the child wasn't with him, the girl wasn't with him, why didn't, like, I'm calling her child because she was only 22. Why wasn't people on his ass, the police was on his ass like white on rice? Why weren't they tailing him? Why wasn't he being, you come back and she's missing, this is your fiance, and you just, I left her out there, You don't have a reason. You don't have any type of excuse about or any reason about where she is. Why weren't they on his ass like white on rice? Why not? Like they seriously botched this. They seriously botched that case. They did.
Yeah,
they fucked it all up. And that's the enforcement. I blame them totally. Because when you should have did after, you could have went right, but you just chose to, hey, I'm gonna go left. You didn't go right, and this is what happened.
And let's talk about the media who didn't make shit better. I don't know, you've been seeing how the media been covering this. Like,
I've seen it.
Oh yeah. Now shit's about to get controversial in this motherfucker. But guess what? I don't give a fucking shit. I want the smoke. God damn it. Yeah. Joy fucking Reid. We keep talking about this broad for some reason. Like, this is the second week in a row we talked about.
We gotta have her on the show.
Yeah.
I tag her so she can come on the show.
On CNN, she was covering it, and it's like which they called the the missing white woman syndrome is like, yeah, it's the media, like, yeah, when Negroes go missing, nobody gives a shit. But yeah, when white people go missing. But here's the thing about this story is like, yeah, like it was first of all, with the media is like the story is going, that's the story is going to be the story. You're going to go where the eyeballs are, where the attention is. And that's how this story got big. And the reason it got big is not necessarily because of the race, is because it's like some horror movie shit. It's like, yeah. I'm sure it's missing white girls, like it's thousands about that they don't report about. Is that, but reason why this caught the attention
because we've been in Walmart and we see the signs of the missing children. We go in Walmart, you see all those signs when you go in Walmart every time.
Like, but of course, everything is about race and shit with black people. It's like that's the only reason it's covered. It's like, yeah, because with black people, nobody give a fuck. But with white women, yeah.
And I want to interject real quick. And like I said, people may get mad at me for this, but
like I said, these are my opinions. But if you want,
on the other side,
smoke, go ahead. But these are my.
But opinions. On the other side, like people may say that, like when all the filmed incidences.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
All the filmed incidences.
Floyd, yeah. What about the white folks that was killed by police?
By police, like, that's what I was about to say. Like all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, what you call it?
White people are killed by the police all the time.
I can't even think of his name. The shitty, what's his name? The shitty officer.
Chauvin.
Yeah, I'm saying thank you. I can't even think of the shitty officer's name. It's like, no, he was a shitty ass police officer. He should have never been an officer to begin with, because you could tell the way he did George Floyd, that wasn't his first time using police brutality.
He had big complaints before about him, yeah.
That was not his first time doing that. And as an officer, you just can't throw your weight around. You're supposed to protect and serve. You can't just do that. You can't brutalize people. That's not your job. You can tell that everybody isn't meant to wear a badge. Everyone is not meant to wear a badge. Everyone is not. He's a shitty police officer.
Last May, that was the story. So that's why they cover him. Yeah. Like, yeah. Sure, some random white guy that was killed unarmed and killed by the cops somewhere, but like,
I've seen like
stories. I can't think of the guy's name. It was a story similar to George Floyd, where like it was a white guy who said he couldn't breathe and like was choked out. It's like I don't remember the guy's name. I wish I had it. Like but it was like some people did bring that up around that time. Like that shows you how little that story was covered. I don't even know the guy.
Right. I said so that's the thing about the media. The media fans.
He's gonna go where the fucking attention is, because guess what? Says, guess what, Joy Reid on CNN, you want ratings.
They want numbers. They want numbers. That's what it is. They want numbers.
I think we talking about this story. Yeah, I'm trying to get our YouTube and our podcast numbers up. That's why we talking about this.
And my thing that I go back to my original statement about why this story garnered so much attention. The police fucked it up. That's what I'm saying.
And it's such a fascinating story.
They fucked it up.
Like some horror movie shit. Like, yeah. Y'all going across country like excursion, you come back without her. That's like a movie plot and shit. That's why that's all that. And then he disappears a day later. It's like, ooh, like that's what the media was like. This is like
that's like, ooh, they're salivating. They're like, ooh, this is like Twilight Zone. This is like Alfred Hitchcock.
Why I got so much attention, not just because she was a missing white woman syndrome and shit. Yeah.
No, that's not the case. That's not the case. I said because like one could say that about.
That's what. And Don Lemon, his I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, I almost said something I didn't want to say about Don and Don Lemon.
But like I said, listen, one can argue that like a person who's not a person of color to say like, well, when white people are killed by the police, no one cares. So when black, like a person, listen, we can.
I can't even think of that guy's name that died like early. I think early in the year with George. He died before George Floyd. Similar circumstances.
Right. We can have that. We can have that discussion. We can
body cam about he couldn't breathe or nothing. But like, yeah,
we can keep on going around in circles.
Well, yeah, like that was the story. Then like this guy Petito is the story, and that's what the media.
That's the story. Yeah,
that's the story. So that's why you're covering it. You know, yeah. Guess what, Joy Reid? Like, yeah, you have a show. How many missing black people do you cover on your show? And shit? Like, only reason this other story, like, I'm about to mention it now, got covered is because of that. It's like, yeah, you heard about the Jelani Day story, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that some people.
Because like that's when he was on.
I think some people here knew him. Yeah,
he's from Bloomington. He's
like someone like my people. I mean, in Chicago, I think some people like I know because I saw people actually doing like their RIPs, not like the general.
He was Illinois State, so like people that have connections to that school probably knew. Yeah, like if you went there or something like that, or you know, So he was an Illinois State student, so like that's probably the connection. Like so, a lot of Chicagoans.
State,
yeah. So.
I was hoping for a better outcome for him. I was hoping.
Yeah, and his body was because like that's what they were made. Like, yeah, well, it's similar circumstances. Like, yeah, he disappeared, and like, yeah, but yeah, now they found him. So like, yeah, so attention was brought to the Jelani Day. So
he disappeared.
This old young guy, rest in peace.
Because first when you did, because he was a grad student, first when you disappear, and then they found his abandoned car. So then that looks really suspicious. Like if someone disappears and then you find their abandoned car, now as a parent, I can't even imagine. Now I know your heart has to be just every day when the phone rings, like you're praying and hoping that it's your child calling you to let you know that I'm okay, and not police saying we found your child. And when someone says that we found, like it's almost never like a good way. It would be like in a like a hey, here they are on the phone. It wouldn't be like we found them. So you know what the outcome is when someone says that.
Yeah.
So it's
Joy Reid, you got a show on CNN. Yeah, you can cover these stories. Yeah. You can cover one every night. It's missing kids. So like you can cover a black kid every day if you want to.
It's a lot of them.
You're not gonna do that shit because you want ratings. It's like, and guess what? If you don't want it on your show, like you got social media. You got 2 million.
You got social media.
You can post them on there and shit. Yeah.
Do your YouTube channel.
Probably not gonna do that shit either. It's like, yeah, because you just want to talk shit. Like that's all that is. You know, you don't want to do shit. You want to talk about shit.
This is this. You want to do this.
Yeah.
Fan the flames. Just fan the flames and just like let's anger everybody up. Let's anger people up. So it's like more division. Like let's just keep on making everybody just upset and like and this and that. Well, last year when it was George Floyd, well this year it's this. It's just
it never ends. And
I'm just getting exhausted. Like that's why I honestly I don't announce this thing. I'm taking a break from stuff. I never just announce it. I just do it. I don't announce what I'm doing. Like I say, if I just feel like stuff is just too much and I'm not getting nothing, if I'm not doing this when I go on my post, if I'm not smiling and hitting the double tap and liking, and I'm not feeling good, if it's just too much negativity, I just unplug myself. I just do that.
Take a break and shit, yeah.
Because like when you put all that negativity in your head, you're going to be negative. You're going to be bitter. You're going to be, like, unplug sometimes.
Rest in peace, Gabby Petito, Jelani Day. Rest in peace to both of those young people that unfortunately
who had their whole lives, both of them like tragically just taken away too soon. Both people who had their whole lives ahead of them, 22 and 25, just incredibly young. Could have been bright beacons in the future, but we will never know what they could have become. So just incredibly sad.
As Mr. Drummond said on the Bike Shop episode of Different Strokes, it's about to get real in this bitch right now. So,
funny or die.
Funny or die. I'm about to share an image and pump you up a little bit and pump
Lord.
Everybody.
What am I seeing?
You see it?
What the hell?
You hear about
I see
the border. You've been hearing about. Have you? I guess you haven't been following this border.
What the hell?
This border.
Like I unplugged a little bit because like it was just becoming too much. I said that was one of the times I was kind of off social media a little bit this week. Yeah. I don't announce it when I take my breaks. I don't. Border, so right.
This is 2021. Is like so. So what do you think about this? Like before I give my opinion, because I want the smoke.
It doesn't look appealing, especially given the history of what we've been through in this country. Like I said, without context, it doesn't look good at all. Without context, as I said,
I'm glad you gave the smart answer. Yeah, you didn't just.
That's how I worded it. Without context, it does not look good. Like a thing that like we say if you're a white person, you shouldn't call a man a boy. You just because just the history of that. It's just certain things that you just shouldn't do. Just because like that doesn't look good. That looks slave catcherist of the 1800s. That does. Like without context. So my thing without context because I don't have a backstory. I don't.
Well, let's
I don't have a backstory.
Well, let's start from let's start from the middle and then back up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Where this crisis started is this is at the Texas border in Del Rio, Texas. Probably some small ass Texas town you'd never heard of. I never heard of it. It's like
Texas is big as hell, so we don't know all the
It's like either the second biggest, like as far as land, like the biggest or the second is like it's top three that like I know Texas, California, and Alaska are the three biggest as far as land. Yeah. Texas might be the biggest, I don't know, but yeah, as far as like land, like it's huge. Yeah. But Del Rio, Texas, a little small border town, like the United States Mexican border, yeah.
Right.
Town. So anyway, what had happened was, as our people like to say,
Black people, yeah, what happened?
It's it might have even gone back to the election, like that shows you all of this the put up the Trump Biden trend. I don't know how the numbers got where they were, but it started out where about like a few hundred Haitians were at the border of right there.
Okay.
A couple hundred, yeah, at in Del Rio, yeah. And so with Biden saying he's not not deporting anybody, guess what? Word travels fast. It's like, yeah. So then they got social media. It's like, they're like, word? Like, yeah. So they hit up all their people, like bring the whole family. Yeah. So anything, long story short for that is like, it goes from like a few hundred to like 10,000 Haitians, like at the border, like under a bridge. It's like, it looked like a homeless encampment. That's how bad it got. Like they were
wow.
Yeah, they're trying to get in like that.
Yeah. Wow.
And so, yeah, what you saw right there was a border patrol agent, trying to push him back to the Mexican side of the border. It's like,
oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but what it looked like though, and what the especially our people ran with is like saying that
that's why I say
they had whips and they were like, because let's pull the image back up.
That's why I say like you say like you see how I'm very careful with my words. I say without context, I need because things aren't always what it seems.
Yeah, white border patrol agents on horses whipping Haitians at the border is like let's explain. Like, this is not a whip. That's the horse rein. That's to control the horse.
That's to control the horse, yeah, because horses do go wild. They real run wild if you don't control them.
Yeah. And then like when you gotta swing the rein to like, yeah, because horses you gotta distract them. It's like, yeah, so like, yeah.
That's why horses have the
that's why they have
That's why they have the blinders on.
If you want your horse to go that way, I wish I had a cord on me. Well, we could use that. Yeah,
when you see like the jockeys riding the horses, because the jockeys have to whip them.
And like you just got to swing to like get the attention. So the horse sees that he's gonna go that way. He wants to get away from this. It's like, so that's what like swinging to like control the horse. But people took to him and said like, oh, they like the cords aren't long enough to whip. They're about this long. It's like, yeah, if somebody's on the ground, you can't whip somebody with a cord this short. So they didn't have whips and shit. Yeah, so knock it off. But Negroes is like, yeah, they saw that shit like niggas got turned on by that. It's like, yeah,
we going back to slavery. No, we're not.
They want slavery back so bad. People saw that image, they were like salivating, like, yes.
No, we're not. That's why he's
going back home.
Why do you think I gave the response I gave? I said with the hit, I said because a lot of stuff
it don't look like, it looks like some slavery type shit. I give you that. It's like, but
I said a lot of people, like I said, like a lot of stuff you do have to be careful. Like if you're doing to go a little bit off topic, but like when that picture, what's his name? Pusha T released a picture of Drake in blackface. Didn't look good.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But the context behind it.
I gotta know more of the story behind that picture.
He was doing satire. He was basically embodying Bamboozle and doing that. He was basically doing his adaptation of Bamboozle pretty much. And that's what Bamboozle was about. It was a satire making fun of the whole minstrel show thing, and let's put black people in blackface. Let's just make it utterly ridiculous.
Instead of having white people in blackface, let's put black people in blackface. It's just totally ridiculous. Like that's what the movie.
Yeah, but it's like the context. Like I said, when you see pictures and then you get your blood pressure is up here now.
Basically, why tell the truth than lie is more entertaining. That's the story now. Is that white border patrol agents on horses are whipping black Haitians. They said they have whips. Like nobody had a whip. Those are horse reins to control a fucking horse.
Are enslaving black people at the border. Just say that. So might as well go with the lie. Just
shout out your auntie Maxine Waters. Like she went. Of course, got to take everything too far. Yeah, she went. Said,
Auntie Maxine.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Don't do Auntie Maxine.
This is worse than slavery. She said this shit was worse than slavery. It's like,
While America is not perfect because the nation was built on racist practices, and it's going to take a while to undo that. Like, we've only been a nation for just 200 and how many years?
Because like 1776, like about 250,
245 years,
something like that.
245 years. We've only been a nation. That's a short time, only 245 years. So if it was built on this, like at one point, Black people, we were 3/5 of a person. We weren't even a full people. Like dogs meant more than us back then. So it's like, to undo all that, it's going to take a lot of more time to undo all that. Eventually, maybe, like I said, in the year 3000 or something, like way down, way move. Maybe we might all be balanced. Everything might be all be balanced, but we'll be long gone by then. But it might be balanced by 3000. It might.
I might cryogenically freeze myself. I might have one of them lucid dreams like Tom had in fucking
I wouldn't want to do that.
Vanilla Sky.
Like, I wouldn't want to wake up and then everybody I know, like my family, like, okay, no Marcus, no Ariana, no Khalil. I wouldn't want to live in a world.
Everybody you know,
you guys, like
have been gone hundreds of years.
Right? It's like, I wouldn't want to live in that world. I don't want to be fried from Futurama. I don't want to live like that.
Right, yeah, that's a good.
I don't want to live like that. I wouldn't.
But she said it was. But here's like what's First of all, if America is so shitty, why are all these Haitians trying to get in? It's like
and that's that part too.
First of all, it's like,
like I'm the first to say America is not perfect. Perfect America is not.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
perfect is not.
Heavily flawed, but
however,
I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Though,
however, when you look at yes, okay. Could the coronavirus pandemic been handled better over here? Absolutely. But you look at a lot of these third world, they don't even have a vaccine. They don't have nothing over there. They got nothing.
I said all them Haitians at the border. I didn't see one mask and shit. So I'm saying.
Right. They got nothing. They don't got masks. They don't got vaccines. They can't even social distance properly. They got nothing.
Now let's back up. I said I'm starting in the middle of the story. Let's back up because guess what? There's no border. There's no United States Haitian border. So how the fuck did they get there and shit? Like, let's back up even further. Like, remember about 2013-ish, something like that. It was a huge earthquake in Haiti. You remember that? Yeah. So a lot of Haitians had fled the country during that time, and they've been living in other countries on sanctuary like Chile and Brazil. Like they've been living in other places.
So South America they went to. Okay.
Yeah. So they've been living there. It's like like I said, if it was 2013, that's damn near a decade.
That's 8 years. Yeah, that's 8 years. Yeah.
Not like you just got there, but then you saw that Trump was gonna put a wall up. Biden's not like, let's go to America. They saw it as an opportunity.
Opportunity.
And guess what? It probably took them that long to travel from like the Brazil or Chile to get to the border.
Think about
that was on January or September. It might took that long just to get that journey.
And you gotta think about this, like. If you don't have any money, how are you going to get there? You have to walk. You have to maybe catch a ride on something. Like if somebody has like a truck, you might go on the back of a truck or something. Like if you don't have the resources,
pay people to like take them a certain distance.
Yeah.
Like that,
it's going to take you a while. Like it's not like I said here, like we want to go somewhere, we can hop on a plane or hop on a train or a bus or whatever.
Drive,
or drive or whatever, Yeah, if you have resources.
A lot of this is they afoot. A lot of this,
on foot or restricted vehicles or horses or whatever the case may be. So could may not be automobiles available like readily in a lot of these countries. So So
that's how they ended up there. And people are going in about that as well too, saying that because a lot of people are looking the other way, like on the left is like but when Trump was in office, like you heard about the kids in the cages every other day on the news and shit.
Yeah.
This story is like it's bad and shit. Like like I said, it looked like a homeless encampment. It looked bad. The border there. It's bad, but like because a Democrat is in office, nobody wants to address the elephant in the room. It's like this shit is
we're going to act like it's not here.
The shit is
act like it's not here. It is there. Is there.
No, I think the press did ask Kamala. She kind of, politician. She kind of talked around and shit. She gave an answer, but I don't remember what it was. So she definitely.
Of course, it's easy to.
Yeah, that is like I don't remember what she said. Like, because I watched the video and I forgot what she said. So I was like,
I'm gonna dodge this question. You dodged it.
You crossed over. You're Jamal Crawford. That shit is like, Allen Iverson with Jordan. You crossed that shit over. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Dame Lillard, and then hit the shot and said bye-bye. Dame Lillard said.
Bye-bye. But it's I don't know, like from what I hear, they started deporting like just the guys. What I've been seeing, like the guys only, because I think the women and children, they are gonna bring them in as give them sanctuary. That's the last story I read, because I guess as guys they're saying like you should go back and fight. Like it's like as able-bodied men, like a lot of the guys they did send back. So
and that's just so like I said, we think about like, so this is just a thing that I want us to do as Americans. Like I said, like we always say, America's not perfect. Perfect is not, but as Americans, when you look at people with real problems, you talk about. Yeah, man. I can afford internet. I had to get my internet because my internet got too expensive, so now I don't have internet anymore. Well, man, my life sucks.
The iPhone 13 is out. I can't afford it. Yeah, only got the iPhone 11. It's like that's your complaint that you got the 11.
My life sucks. Like I said, no internet. My life sucks.
I'm about to make you laugh with this one. Yeah, I want a PlayStation 5. I'm tired of this PlayStation
4.
That's your complaint. You want a PlayStation 5. That's your big problem in life. Shit, yeah.
My electronic devices
PlayStation 5 is your problem. Okay.
My electronic devices are slightly older than my friends and everything, so I feel like I'm inadequate.
That's why you feel your life sucks, because like you want a PS5 because you're tired of playing your PS4 and shit. That's why
slap you.
What you saw in the picture, I know you saw the guy, the Haitian. He had like food containers.
He had food containers. Yeah.
Here's what it was: is at the on the other side of the border is they go back and get food for because when they get under that bridge, it's like it ain't shit there. It's like so like
it's nothing there.
Guys are going back to like get food for their families. They got kids, wives, and all that.
Wives, kids, yeah.
That's what you saw. Then again, they got on the way coming back. That's when they got caught. It's like that's what it was. But they left out to go get food to come back. So
to get food for their family. So absolutely, as a husband, provider, protector, feed your family. Do what you can to feed your family. Do what you gotta do.
Well, here's what's even more ridiculous about the slavery comparison. We're gonna wrap up in a little bit. It's
Auntie Maxine. Auntie Maxine is just old. That's what I was gonna say earlier. She's just getting old. She's just old. So
she's old, but I'm sure she don't remember slavery. Come on, but
no, I'm saying she's a boomer.
I'm joking. I had to make a slavery joke. Slavery humor.
We say a lot of stuff that boomer. We say a lot of stuff that boomers say. We just go like y'all are just like you just like how we said that mom would say like how her mom would say this wild shit. She would just ignore it because it's like she's just
now
old.
We do the same thing. It's like
now we do the same thing. It's like okay, that's just mom wilding.
What's the most ridiculous part about the slavery comparison? In slavery times is you had slave catchers trying to round up slaves and bring them back to the plantation. Well, this is like the opposite. Is like you're trying to push them off of the plantation. It's like so how is it slavery? It's like you're not bringing them back. Get back on the plantation. You're trying to push people out. So
hit my car, Negro. It's not bad.
That's why it's even dumber. It's like you're pushing people away. Like get on that side of the border, and that's what it was. It's like I watched a bunch of videos on it because I still haven't seen a Haitian getting whipped. People are claiming it's videos of them getting whipped. It's like, but I watched about 40 videos for preparation.
Where's the video at?
I haven't found one yet.
That's my thing. Okay, if it is a video,
if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. But I haven't seen a Haitian getting whipped yet. That's what I'm saying. Show me the video. That's all I want. Yeah. I've seen stills like that, but you could take those out of context. I want to see the video.
That's why I always say the context is the key.
And in the videos I saw you waving fucking things. It's like, but But guess that's all over anyway, because Biden, I think he said he's banning horses at the border. So that shit is dead now anyway. Yeah, they banned it. So like I guess after that, guess he didn't want that smoke. So they said,
he said the way it looks, he said this shit don't look good. Let's fix it. We fixing this.
They banning that shit. That's the last I saw, that the horses at the border patrolling.
Good decision, President Biden. That's a good decision with that part, because like you said,
even though they were doing their job, but like I said, the visual
memes are created. Yeah. Memes. Like I said, all you gotta do is just do that screen grab, and then you just make that.
And like people say, like, and you'd be like, and then you put the caption like, this is not 1821, this is 2021.
This is 2021, exactly.
People see that.
We going backwards, no.
2021.
It becomes that. Mm-hmm. And that's what you push your caption. So that's why it's like, okay, if we don't have this, then if we don't have these horses, then you can't make these outlandish memes. Point to your head, bringing that back. That's what you do.
So the latest picture I saw, they got like the border patrol got cars lined up along the border now. So like,
okay, that's better.
Like SUVs, I guess probably a few hundred of them just lined up there. Yeah,
like a brigade, basically. Just like kind of just
yeah. So that horse shit is dead because it just because it creates stuff like this. It's like, and now
it just.
And it
is. Like you saying they once.
I feel for the migrants, because they just try.
I do too.
Like I said, like Haiti is all fucked up right now. Like I said, the earthquakes and poverty and famine is like and then
the hurricane hit. Then hurricane hit too.
I think a hurricane hit them recently too.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So they flee into like trying to find a better life.
All you just trying to do is make a better. That's why that's what I say.
Like all of the race hustlers, like the average person, black, white, whatever color you are, all you're trying to do is just like make a better life for you and your family and avoid crazy motherfuckers. That's all we want.
Exactly. That's all. That's it. That's all.
Race shit is just like
that's all.
It's like just avoid crazy. Like make a better life for your family. That's what 99% of people. It is motherfuckers like look at that nigger over there. But like the average person is not on that.
It's not.
Just want to avoid crazy.
There's some cuckoos out there, but it's like all you just trying to do is just like, that's why people originally came to America, because they wanted a better life for their family. I want to make a better life for my family where I'm at, whether it be you came from Spain, you came from Italy, you came from Germany, you came from
Greece,
like the islands, like you said, all the islands now, like you come from Haiti, Dominican Republic, like wherever.
Wherever you came from. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the different countries in Africa. I said we came a little different.
Immigrants, yeah.
I said originally you came a little, but then like the new ones coming now is like they're coming for opportunity. So it's like people come to America for a better opportunity because something is lacking where they're at, so they want to come for this better opportunity. Mm. But I do feel for them. I feel for the Haitians.
People mention the whole Afghan thing because, of course, everything is about race. A lot of it's like, it's brought a bunch of Afghan refugees.
Are we really going to go down to Afghan too? When the Afghans were ostracized after 9/11, after everybody who was Muslim, even people who weren't even Muslim, like the Sikhs, like they got profiled. Even people who weren't even Islamic got profiled.
Shout out Just Hilarious.
Yeah. Everybody, if you were somewhat brown with a beard and a turban or a kufi or whatever, hijab, you got profiled. Mm-hmm. So are we really going to go down that rabbit hole and talk about like do you like how people Islamophobia is real? Islamophobia been going on since 9/11.
Yes, they didn't even deport all of them. Like I said, like the single male. Right. What I saw is that's who they sent back. Like the single male, like the women and children, they letting them in. It's like that's like at least the story. Right. It's like they like so they did let some of the Haitians in. Like
right,
not gonna let them all in, but they did let some of them in. It's like So, but we can go about this all day. But if you want to give some smoke to me, I'm gonna give my social media in a little bit. But that's do it. Not another damn podcast 226. Yeah, I want the smoke. I might even call it that. Oh, we want the smoke. Let's go ahead on that. We shout out Street Profits, all my wrestling fans that get that joke. We want the smoke. But you want to show us some love, give us a like on all of everywhere. Give us a like. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
Amazon, Alexa devices, and get at us on YouTube, a little something like. Let's get that right. That's good. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.